Imagine a bustling city frozen in time. People going about their day, unaware that within 24 hours, their world would turn to ash. This is Pompeii, a city doomed by fate. Pompeii, located in what is now Italy, was a thriving Roman city in 79 AD. Known for its wealth and culture, it was home to nearly 20,000 people. It was a place of art, commerce, and indulgence, with grand villas, vibrant markets, and thriving businesses. Life here was considered the pinnacle of Roman civilization, and its people enjoyed the luxuries of fine dining, elaborate baths, and entertainment at the amphitheater. But on August 23rd, just one day before disaster struck, life in Pompeii carried on as usual: festivals, trade, and daily routines. The markets bustled with merchants selling exotic spices, fine fabrics, and fresh seafood. Families gathered in their courtyards, enjoying the warm summer air. Gladiators prepared for upcoming battles, and musicians filled the streets with melodies that echoed between the stone buildings. Little did they know, strange omens were beginning to appear: wells drying up, animals behaving erratically, and small tremors shaking the ground. Some shopkeepers noticed that their lamps flickered unpredictably, while others reported an unusual taste in their water. The signs were there, but few paid attention to them. The Romans had grown used to the occasional tremors, dismissing them as minor disturbances. Some citizens believed the gods were angry, while others dismissed these signs as ordinary. But the truth was far more terrifying. Beneath their feet, Mount Vesuvius was waking from its long slumber. The pressure within the volcano was increasing, and molten rock was shifting dangerously close to the surface. Then came the first warning: sulfuric gases rising from Vesuvius. The sky took on an eerie orange glow, but Pompeians remained oblivious to the impending doom. Fishermen noticed a strange stillness in the air, as if the sea itself had gone silent. Birds, usually abundant in the city, were nowhere to be seen. It was as if nature itself was holding its breath. Historians believe that on this day, the volcano's pressure was reaching its peak. The magma chamber below was ready to explode. Yet life continued. Bakers made bread in their stone ovens, unaware that their loaves would be found centuries later, perfectly preserved in ash. Merchants counted their coins, preparing for the next day's sales. Children played in the forum, their laughter echoing off the columns of the grand temples. Inside the city, people went about their day: bakers making bread, merchants haggling, children playing in the streets. Senators and scholars debated politics and philosophy, while travelers from distant lands marveled at the city's beauty. To them, Pompeii was a beacon of Roman power, a city that would stand for eternity. Evening fell, and celebrations continued. Families gathered in their homes, unaware that this would be their last night alive. The streets filled with laughter, music, and the clinking of wine glasses. Wealthy citizens hosted lavish feasts, while the poor enjoyed simple meals under the glow of oil lamps. Slaves tended to their duties, completely unaware that fate would soon liberate them in the most tragic way possible. Some scholars suggest that tremors during the night went unnoticed. If they had known, could they have escaped in time? The reality is, even if they had suspected something, where would they have gone? The city was surrounded by mountains and the sea. For most, there was no escape route, no contingency plan. They were trapped, even if they didn't realize it. Pompeii had no word for volcano. No one truly understood the catastrophe that was about to unfold. To them, Vesuvius was nothing more than a mountain, a constant presence in their landscape that had stood silent for generations. They did not know it was a ticking time bomb, ready to unleash destruction unlike anything they had ever seen. Scientists now believe that the eruption had been building up for months, signs ignored by both Pompeii and Herculaneum, the neighboring town. In hindsight, there were warnings: underground water levels had changed, strange mist rose from the earth, and the land itself seemed restless. But the Romans had no knowledge of volcanic science, no way to interpret the signals that nature was sending them. What if they had known? Could Pompeii have been evacuated in time, or was this disaster inevitable? If a warning system had existed, could thousands of lives have been saved? Or was it always destined to be buried beneath the ash, a relic of history waiting to be uncovered centuries later? Some reports claim that a few people did sense something was wrong and left the city. Were they the lucky few who survived? If so, Where did they go? Were there accounts of survivors who told the tale of the lost city? Records are scarce, but it is possible that a handful of Pompeii's residents managed to escape, blending into the larger Roman Empire and leaving their home behind forever. Then, at dawn on August 24th, Vesuvius roared to life. But that's a story for another time. The ground shook violently, and the sky turned black as volcanic ash began to fall. But in those final hours before the eruption, Pompeii stood in blissful ignorance, a city on the edge of oblivion. Some mysteries remain. Why did so many stay? Did they believe the gods would protect them? Or were they simply unaware of what was to come? Were there records of seers or oracles who had visions of destruction but were ignored? These unanswered questions add to the eerie mystique of Pompeii's final day. Pompeii's fate was sealed. But their last day remains one of history's greatest frozen moments, a city on the edge of catastrophe, a civilization thriving until the very last second. Thanks to archaeology, we have pieced together their final hours. Excavations have revealed homes, streets, and even graffiti that tells us about the lives of those who lived there. But the full truth may never be known. Every artifact, every body cast, is a reminder of the fragility of human existence. Pompeii is a haunting reminder that nature is unpredictable, and history is written in the ruins we leave behind. The people of Pompeii thought they had all the time in the world. They were wrong. And perhaps, in their story, there is a warning for us all. What do you think? Could Pompeii have been saved? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mysteries.